Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video I'm going to show you how to use advanced input overlay system in your project. Let's go ahead and see how it works. Alright. First of all, you have to go to Fab and purchase the plugin, of course, as always. But once you do it, you go to your Epic Games, Unreal Engine and library and you find the plugin you just purchased. I'm gonna say advanced because all the plugins I make start with advanced word in the beginning. So I search for it. The first thing I see is like, okay, right now I don't have the project here, but I have another project that I make, another plugin. Let's say you find the plugin you purchased and you click install to engine, and then you select your engine type and you press install. After the installation is complete, you don't need to do anything here anymore. You just go back to your project. That's it. You just open here. I created an empty project, okay, right over here. You just add your plugin. How we do this? You go up here into edit and then you open the plugins, and then in here you just search for advanced. Okay, as I told you, I'm a developer. I'm the developer of this advanced input overlay system, so I don't have it right now in the list. This is before I publish my plugin. So right now I have another instance, another plugin I made. So right here you will see advanced input overlay system, but for me it's like another plugin right now I made, like it's this one. You find the plugin you want, you click here, you check it, you check this checkbox, and then you press restart now. All right, after you do this, I'm gonna do it right now for this guy over here and see what happens. Alright, the project is now ready. What we do here? Let's say you have, like, you installed the plugin inside your engine and inside your project, and see how it works right now. So how do you find the plugin project files? First of all, you have to go to content browser and you select settings on the right side, and then make sure you have show C++ classes and show engine content and show plugin content checked already. All right, so you check these guys. If they're not checked, you cannot find this plugin. All right, you check these, and then once you do that, you'll see a folder called engine. You click on that folder. Inside the engine you will see another folder called plugins. You double click it and you will find the advanced input overlay system right here. It says in the name of these folders, it will say advanced input overlay system. Right now I don't have it. I added the other one, right? This is advanced RTS configurator system, so it's okay. You'll see the C++ folder and content folder. For you, you'll see the other one in advanced input overlay system. Okay, so that's nothing. Just because I'm the developer, I'll see it in a different section, which is over here, and this is what you'll find. Okay, this is not in your computer in this place. For you, you have to go to engine, plugin, and then advanced input overlay system. But for me, it's in this folder, a separated one. Don't even care about it. But once you find it, it's these two folders. All right, one of them, which is C++, you don't have to do anything with it because this plugin is like super simple to use. You don't need to ever see the C++ code, but if you want to, you can double click on the C++ one, go to public, and then you'll see the classes we made here. Okay, actually we are using this AIOS user widget, C++ class, and a player controller class. We derive from these, but you'll see how we use it. What you do is to go to plugins, go to advanced input overlay system content folder, double click on it, and then here you see two things. One of them is the levels. You click on it and you see pitch black map. You double click on it, you'll see what I have on the screen right now. It's a pitch black map which you in which when you select play, you'll see I'm gonna press F11. You'll see the overlay system. Whatever I click on, you'll see it. When I move my mouse, I'll see it down there. I can push any button I want, and it will show. Okay, and then you'll see some of the buttons are missing, like FN on keyboard, or print screen doesn't work here. Why? Because these are the two example buttons that are not recognized by Unreal Engine or any other engine like that easily, because these are not customizable buttons and they're not recognized as a push button. So there is another layer of software that's using it, so it's not possible to see it here. But you have any other button you can imagine of over here, just like, oh, I pressed the wrong button, just like a real keyboard. Okay, and you'll see mouse buttons here, scroll up and down, middle mouse buttons, side mouses, and anything you want. All right, so there we go. I'm gonna get out of this, press F11 again. All right, so that was the level. How do you use it in your project? So what you should do is to go to this blueprints folder. And in this blueprints folder, that's my cat meowing, all right? By the way, I'm just saying. In the blueprints folder, you'll find three blueprint files. One of them is the game mod, which you don't even care. And in this game mod, of course, I should have the player controller class, the BP AIOS player controller that I have over here. Okay, so in your project, if you want to be able to use this plugin, you should use this this player controller in your in your game. All right, so if you want to have a custom player controller just like this, but you want to customize it the way you want, it's C++ or something, you can find the C++ class of this guy over here and create a blueprint out of that. I'm going to show you in a second. You just go to Advanced Input Overlay System C++ from the plugins folder, and then you go find it right here, player controller, right click on it, create a blueprint class out of it, or create a C++ class derived out of this guy. So this is a very simple player controller class, which has the capability of understanding what you press on the keyboard and mouse and try to show it on the screen. So it's not that big of a deal. It's completely frame rate independent. It doesn't put any load on your system, so don't care. If you want to have your own player controller, you just create your player controller as a child of this class. Okay, so right click on it and use one of these two instead of creating a new player controller from wherever you want. Like, use this as your parent class. All right, so that's it, simple as that. So anyways, you go to world settings, and in the game mod section, you just put like drag and drop this player controller class onto player controller class. That's it, finish. You just hit play and then you'll see it on the screen. All right, now what you can do, the sole reason of this thing is that you should be able to turn it off and on through the settings of your project, right? How you do that? You just double click on this player controller class, okay? And there is something called show keyboard overlay. You can turn it off. So when I turn it off and I hit play, I see nothing. And there is another one, which is keyboard overlay widget class, which must be connected to this WAIOS user. Okay, so make sure you double click on this BP AIOS player controller and you drag and drop it here, or you just click on this and it will instantly find it. Okay, it's right here, WAIOS user widget. I use that, and then make sure show keyboard overlay is on, so you'll see it. Okay, so if you have in your game, if you have a settings menu, you should have a checkbox. Whenever you check that box, it should go get player controller as the parent class of this guy, which is AIOS player controller class. Okay, so you cast it into AIOS player controller class, and then you set these two, or maybe only this one. You set this checkbox to on and off, so you can turn on and off your keyboard on the screen. So the player can choose this as well. So that's on you if you can do that, if you want to do that. Sorry. All right. So make sure this is set and this guy is set, which is already set in the example file, in the pitch black map that we are in right now. And then if you want to customize this guy, okay, or oh, that's me. If you want to customize this keyboard, all right, so what you should do here, actually I don't want to see that right now. What you should do here, you should double click on this WAIOS user widget. I double click on this. Okay, what you see, I'm gonna make it bigger enough. What you see is a screen want to pause the game, all right? Like this, empty, and you can set the keyboard to be wherever you want. I'm gonna put it up here. Let's compile, save, and test it again. It's right up there. Okay, so with this guy, keyboard grid, you can put it in any location that you want. Okay, I just pinned it right here, so that the anchor is on the bottom left for me, just because I like so. I want it to be anchored here, and then I put my keyboard over here, and then where you can change the color and all, you click on this guy, WAIOS user widget. You click on this guy, and then here you have some settings in the right over here. You see in the properties section. So you can change the background color to anything you want. Let's say I want a yellow one, and then I want the opacity of maybe less opacity, 0.3, and then whenever highlighted, I want the color to go maybe green, and then I want the after highlight opacity to be 0.5. I like this one. I don't want my buttons to have margin more than 1 pixel, but I want my my button font to be anything that you want. You can have your font here. I want it on Robutu, which I like it already. I want to make the keyboard a little bit bigger, so I changed the size to 18 maybe, you know. Let me make sure you see this. Yes, you can see this. Yeah, I set the size into 18, and then I don't want letter spacing or anything else. I think that's good enough. Let's test it. Actually, I want the text color to be black. Maybe I want it to be red, and then highlight text color. Yeah, after highlighting, black would be good. And then I would like to see a bold keyboard. Let's compile and save. I'm gonna go back to my map. I'm gonna hit play. Oh my god, look at that. Yeah. So the color is completely changed. Now let's see a real use case for this guy. Let's say you want to have 2 different blueprints for this widget. If you want to do that, you just go to plugins folder again from engine. You see, for you have to go to engine folder, then you have to go to plugins, then you will find what I have right here. You will find these 2 folders, advanced input overlay system, and then you go to the C++ one if you want to have another class, like for the player controller or this AIOS widget. It's right here. You right click on this AIOS widget. I'm gonna show you how to make a custom one or a second one if you want. I just right click on this and create a blueprint class based on this guy. Okay, in my folder I'm gonna put it in the third person blueprints, and I'm gonna pay it W underline custom AIOS widget blueprints, something like that. And then okay, right here I'm gonna now I'm going to use this inside my third person game. Right here I'm gonna create a canvas that you can do anything you want. Anything other canvas is acceptable as well. So this is canvas. You can do this in your hood as well, but you should parent your hood to this AIOS widget, so don't forget that. So you see, whenever I try to compile, it gives me an error. It says there should be a grid panel called keyboard grid. Fairly, oh sorry, I clicked on it. Fairly easy to do. So, oh, I closed it. Oh my god. I go through this blueprint that I created. I go find it. I click on it. Custom. Okay. So I cannot compile it. What I should do? I put a canvas here or anything else I want. I should put a grid node, a grid panel inside of this guy, and I have to name it keyboard grid. Make sure it has the same letter, like uppercase and lowercase, case sensitive. Okay, make sure it has exactly the same name as you see down here. All right. So I set the name to keyboard grid, and I check this box. Make sure you check this box. All right. Is variable? Yes, it is a variable, and I say compile, save, and I have my new keyboard grid, my keyboard grid system, which is like this guy. And then you should make sure that you add your font here as well. All right. How? You click on this W custom AIO user widget something, and then you choose a font for yourself. Okay, because or like by default there is no font, and it just says question mark. So you have to select your font. I set Robutu because I like it, and I set the size to, of course I like 16. I don't know, maybe I set it to 18. And then yeah, I don't want to change any other settings just yet. I'm gonna compile, save, and you can have any other thing on this widget blueprint for yourself as well. It's just like a normal user widget blueprint. It's just more advanced. All right, so from now on, if you want to create a widget and maybe the hood of your game or something, make sure you change the parent class to AIOS user widget, so you can get use so you can use this system in your project as well. All right, so now I'm gonna go to third person map. Let's say this is the map of your game, and then I'm gonna find see let's create a custom player controller as well. So by the way, I'm gonna click on this guy, go to my again to plugins, C++ folder of it, and I'm gonna create a player controller out of this AIOS player controller. Create blueprint, third person, and then I'm gonna name it BP custom AIOS player controller. So it's the same play as player controller, but a bit more advanced. So I just want to create it in the same spot. And then yeah, here what you want to do is to set the keyboard overlay widget to the user widget that you created, W custom AIOS user widget, right? You select it here. You select it over here. Make sure you do that, and make sure show keyword overlay is checked. You compile, save, and let's hit play. Actually, we will not see. Oh, we'll see it. We are looking at it, but it's not the same one. I checked it before. Like, make sure you go to your world settings, and then down in the world settings in the game mod, there is a game mod override. No, not this one. There is a selected game mod, right? There is this part. Here, you should change the player controller to the custom player controller you just created. BP custom AIOS player controller. You save, and you hit play. There we go. And you can put it anywhere on the screen that you like. It will show whatever button you click on. Yeah, now I just want to put it over here. Okay, maybe right there. Yep. Yeah, something like that. So you see why I like to anchor it to the bottom left, because if I anchor it to bottom top left of the screen, sometimes it goes outside of my screen, but now it doesn't at all, which I like a lot. I'm gonna put it over here. There we go. Looks nice. Yeah. So that's how you create custom ones. But of course, in your project, if you don't ever touch your player controller, I already made the player controller for you. The name was BP AIOS controller. You don't need to create a custom one at all. You just click AIOS player controller, and voila, it will work for you. Everything is in the plugin, and boom, it just works. Even for this custom AIOS user widget, you don't need to create a custom one like this. Okay, you have the one in your in the plugins folder, right? So I already have these two blueprints. You don't need to remake them. I already have a game mod. You don't need to remake them like what I did right here. You just need to use the two existing ones, a player controller and AIOS widget that I have it here. A maximum, maybe you don't want to touch the C++, click right click on it and create a new blueprint class. If you don't want to do that, just come to the project folder and find this blueprint and like copy and paste it somewhere else, so you have a second version of it, and you change the name and you use that guy, all right, at that. So make sure you copy these inside your project if you want to use anything like these, all right? So maybe I can right click, duplicate it, and then I use these duplicated version in my project, and then I can have multiple of them. So yeah, there we go. Easy to use, fun to use. Yeah, I like it so far. By the way, we didn't change it. It's not the custom one. I set it to the custom one because I have two, right? Wow, I like it so much. I hope this helps you. You know, like The reason I created this plugin is because let me get back to you guys. Yeah, the reason I created this plugin is because for my last plugins for the last plugins I created, I made a video, a trailer for them, and in the trailer I show a virtual keyboard which is overlaying my screen and showing which buttons I'm pushing at any second. So you'll see how it works, how the vehicle flies or something like that. So at any moment you'll see which button I pressed, because we had so many buttons working together for the hover vehicle system to move. And some of you ask me, oh my god, how did you make that keyboard? You know, how, like, that's an overlay system for the camera and all, for the streaming, for the video recording. But I said, why not having a version of this for Unreal Engine, so people can turn it on and off through the settings of their games. Maybe so this will help streamers or people who play your game to have some better visuals for their viewers, or, you know. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. That was the entire tutorial for this advanced input overlay system. Until next time, see you around. Make sure to subscribe.